Hey everybody, I wanted to take a quick moment and do a quick demonstration of how I created a parent contact log that is automated and sends me emails about the conversation and schedules follow-ups on my calendar. So the two things you're going to need to do this are Microsoft Forms and Microsoft Flow. Now, if you use Google, this doesn't help you any, but my district is a Microsoft shop, and so it makes it a little bit more tricky. And so what you're going to do is you're going to go to Microsoft Forms, and you're going to select to create a new form. And this is going to be the form that you will fill out each time you contact a parent. So I'm going to call this form Parent Log. Because I already have one called Parent Contact Log. And you're going to add in all of the questions that that you need, and you can see it's trying to pull from my own Parent Contact Log. And you can just go through and you can create all kinds of different questions. So if you want a text box that says name of adult that you are able to contact, and then your person will be able to enter the answer. I'm going to go over to my form and show you what mine looks like so that you can see exactly what it looks like. And so you'll see I have name of student, the person contacted, the date that was contacted. And I chose not to have this automatically populate for the day that I fill out the form because let's be real, sometimes if we're making phone calls after school, we don't get a chance to log it until later. I also select the contact method. I also put the phone number or the email address that was used. That way I don't have to keep going back into IC, or if you're a PowerSchool user, into a system like that to keep getting those phone numbers and emails. And you'll see why I do this. I put the reason for contact. So this is why I'm contacting them. And then any notes that happened during the phone call. And this is the part you're going to want to make sure you do if you want it to become automated. You're going to click on here for this question, is a follow-up needed? And you're going to make your answers yes or no. And this one is required. And then you will see that after this, I have it nested so that it asks for a follow-up date. So if they do want to follow up, when do I want to contact them? And so you're going to make sure that when you create this question, you're going to do it in the form of month, day, and year. And now you can make it so that there's no date, but then it won't add it onto your calendar. And so you'll just set this up as a Microsoft form. Then what I like to do is I hit the share button. I grab a copy of this link and I make a copy of it on my desktop. I also have a copy of it on my phone so that I can actually fill out my own form from my phone should I be making phone calls in the evenings. And that's the basic form. And so from there, you just have a form. You'll see that it keeps your responses. You can also export those responses to an Excel spreadsheet. So if you want to be able to show documentation for how many times you've contacted a parent or guardian over a particular student, you'll want to create your own conventions for how you do the name of student and the person contacted. So I just make sure I just do first name, last name each time. But that's the basic form. And you can stop here and just have a great Excel spreadsheet method of keeping your parent contacts if you're like me and tend to not keep up with paper as well. But I took it a step further and I created a Microsoft Flow. So I'm going to come over here to Microsoft Flow. And when you go to Microsoft Flow, this is what your screen is going to look like. And so I'm going to guide you through this because this is the little bit trickier part. So what you'll do first is you're going to click to create and give it a second. And what you're going to do is you're going to create an automated cloud flow. So you're going to click on automated cloud flow, and then you're going to name that flow. So I'll call this parent log. And the trigger for this is going to be when a new response is submitted on Microsoft Forms. So I'm going to click this and go to create. And this is where I get to start creating it. And this gets into a little bit of development code, so I'm going to walk you through this. So when a new response is submitted, you're going to pick what form we're pulling from. And so we're pulling from my parent contact log. And so when a new form is created from this log, the next step that I'm going to ask it to do is to gather or to get the information. So I will go in and I will ask it to find all of the things. And you can see there's a ton of options that you can have it do. Don't get bogged down from that. I just want it to get the items. And so you're going to come down here and you're going to get the contact. And so you'll want to share. And I'm going to actually switch over to my flows so that you can see exactly what mine looks like. So in my flow that I have created, let me let it load. You will see that I have gone through and I have it get my form, if it'll load. When a new response is submitted from that parent contact log, then I get the response details. And from there, I'm going to make sure that I again reference that it's that parent contact log. And you're going to want it to pull the response ID. And so you'll click on there. If this menu doesn't pop up, just hit that add dynamic content. And you're going to click to pull the response ID. So I'll come back over here and show you how to do that. So get, there we go. So we're going to get the response details. We're going to pull from my form. And we're going to make sure that it pulls that response ID. So then the next step is we're going to create a control. And basically what that control is going to say is that if we said that we need a follow-up, then we're going to do these actions. So if follow-up needed is equal to yes, if this is true, then everything that we add over here is going to happen. So you can add a whole host of actions. You can add actions with your Outlook. You can add actions with Excel. I don't get way too crazy with it, but I'm going to show you what I have over here. So my condition is if the follow-up is equal to yes, the very first thing is I have it do is I have it send an email. And so in that email, I have it set to send it to my email address. I set the subject to parent contact log, and then I put the person contacted. I don't ever put the student contacted because I really don't like that. So I'm going to show you how to build that. So you'll click send an email. You're going to say to who, and so you can put your own email address in there. What you want the subject to be. Maybe you just want the subject to not say anything about who it was, so you can do parent contact. If you do want to put in some of that dynamic content, you'll just scroll down here and pick which field you want it to fill. So you'll say parent contacted or date contacted or student name could be what you choose. So I'll just do this. And then in the body, you define how you want that body to look. So what information from that log do you want in the email to yourself? And so you'll see over here, I actually have it say a follow-up is needed for the conversation with the parent contacted about the name of student. Then the notes are as followed. I have the reason for contact, the notes, they were reached by contact method and the phone number or email address used. And so that's how I generate the email to myself. Once you've done that, you can stop if that's as far as you want to go. But the next step that I do is I actually have it create an event. And so I'm going to actually just go ahead and pretend that I've already filled out that body. And I'm going to click to choose a new action. And I'm going to do create an event. And so you'll see right here, this create an event for Microsoft Outlook. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell it which calendar. So I have my school calendar. I'm going to say subject. So I'm going to say follow up with, and then I'm going to select the person contacted. So this is the adult. If you want to set it as a set time, you can. I actually like to click on this advanced options and come down here to where it gives you the option for it to be an all-day event so that it shows up at the top of my calendar for each day. But I do want the start time to be the date that I selected for the follow-up date. So this is going to be my date. You also have to do an end time, so you just make it the same thing. And then I keep the time zone to be Central Time. And then once you do that, you're done with that particular item. Again, in this body, you can actually add those things from that form. So if you want in your calendar to have perhaps the notes and maybe even the reason for contact, you can put that in your calendar event so you don't have to look in multiple places. Once you have created it, and it's going to look a lot like this, this will actually close once you get out of the advanced options. You're going to make sure you save it, and then you'll have the option to do a flow checker. And a flow checker is where you just test it. So you'll go back out to your form, you'll come in, and you'll, let me go to my form. You'll go to this actual page with your form. So I'll hit copy. I'm going to go to my actual form as it looks. And then you'll fill it out as a test. So I usually put like test adult, test student. Make sure you put that there's a follow-up needed. Make sure you select a date, and then you can test your flow. So hopefully this was helpful for you. If you have any questions, if this doesn't make any sense, please reach out to me. I'll be glad to walk you through it. If you are in my building, please feel free to stop by. I'll be glad to help set this up for you. I just know that in this day of craziness with teaching and craziness with working from home or whatever your situation might be, it's sometimes nice to have things that are automated for you so you just have less to keep up with. Have a great day.